Yo, yo. What's good, y'all? We got Godzilla -1 review, basically, because I think a lot of people watched it. I think it came out this week too. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna watch it, probably see what's going on. I might not. I don't know. But he got a review on it. You know what I mean? So hey, let's check it out and see if it was ass or it was good. You know, I don't know. We gonna see though. Okay. But yeah. I know his ass don't got no goddamn. I know his ass don't got Godzilla costume on.
This is the closest thing I have to a Godzilla costume. Let's talk about Godzilla -1. So with Godzilla -1, we follow the story of a Japanese kamikaze pilot who encounters Godzilla, putting him on a several-year path to try and take down the beast and save his city. That's all pretty much. I'll get any spoilers to you guys. This will be a spoiler-free review, Godzilla -1. Now, when it comes to a Toho Godzilla movie, I think it's best to tell you my relationship to Godzilla, because if you've watched the channel, you know, much more of a King Kong man. There's something about the
King Kong every day, you know. I ain't no cat.
Mesmerizing, and
King Kong. Man.
Godzilla has just always been a cool character in the side for me. My first introduction to him was the Roland Emmerich Godzilla movie, which probably explains a lot. But I do have a soft spot for that movie, and growing up, I watched my fair share of random Toho movies here and there that also entertained me. But even when it came to like the big American Godzilla movies, I just never connected to them as much as other people. Yeah, I think Godzilla's a cool, badass monster, and I'm not gonna deny at all how popular he is. But I had yet to see a Godzilla movie that like really spoke to me, that really made me go, oh, this character is awesome. So when it came to Godzilla -1, I just kind of wanted to see Godzilla do what I've just expected. You know, badass things, atomic breath, some interesting side stories. Really nothing more than that. And having sat down, watched the movie, experienced it, this movie blew all my expectations way out of the water. Godzilla -1 is not just one of the best Toho Japan made.
I mean, we saw the trailer. It looked crazy as fuck. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I know a lot of people be like, yeah, I'm trying to watch this motherfucker.
Godzilla movies. It is one of the best Godzilla films out of them all. This is finally a Godzilla movie that I was just glued to through and through, beginning to end. And by the time the credits rolled, I just took a big sigh of, that was awesome. There is so much to love about this movie, and it is done so wonderfully. Starting off with the human subplot story in here. That always seems to be the drawback to a lot of like the American Godzilla movies. They just never seem to find a story, a human character, a soldier, whatever it be, that I'm like genuinely glued to and understand why this character should at all be connected to that gigantic beast terrorizing the city. But with Godzilla -1, they tell like a really compelling and downright beautiful story about this Japanese pilot who was supposed to be a kamikaze pilot, a person whose whole job is just to get in a plane, crash it, and sacrifice himself for the war. Well, clearly because he's the main character, he chickens out from that position. He's a coward. He doesn't want to do that. And that ends up becoming kind of the whole basis and theme of the entire movie. Getting over guilt, trauma, and the sacrifices you're willing to make for the people you love, and just the way that is all told and connected to Godzilla so seamlessly and perfect. Because while Godzilla -1 has like a lot, and I mean a lot of Godzilla action, the moments you spend with the characters, the humans on screen, just trying to live their life, overcome certain struggles, completely invested. I was not bored with them. I was not waiting for when the next Godzilla appearance would be. I fully cared about this dysfunctional and odd family trying to make it through another Godzilla attack. While I myself didn't come to tears by some of the moments in the story, there were things that pulled at my heartstrings, got me a little bit emotional, and that's just awesome that they were able to do that. Another big thing you're going to see talked about and people's minds just absolutely blown by is the effects. The visuals of this movie, best Godzilla has.
It was good. The visual effects was good. I ain't gonna lie, I gotta see it.
Ever.
I don't know.
At least in my opinion, the Godzilla we have on screen here and the visuals surrounding him, wow, they put a lot of the American stuff to shame, and I love the way Godzilla looks in the most recent MonsterVerse entries. But there is something completely different about this Godzilla, and the way he moves about on screen, the close-up on the eyes, the angry faces it makes. This is a terrifying Godzilla. This is a Godzilla that every time he showed up on screen, clenched up, worrying about the characters going, who's about to die? What's about to happen? This thing is unstoppable. And I think the thing that blows people's minds the most is looking at like the budget of this movie, because this movie was made on a budget of $15 million. And again,
that's cheap.
$15 million.
Yeah,
To put that into perspective for you, the Michael Myers Blumhouse movies, those are made for about 20 to 20.
Have you met them yet?
Met who? There are ghost children possessing giant robots.
25 million. And look what they did with 15 million. What? I don't know what kind of Japanese accountants are running Toho or what they're doing, but we need to get some of them over here and mess with what's happening in our Hollywood. Because you could spend $100 million, $200 million, and I doubt the movie.
Nah, that's fast. Some people spend all that money and chippy ass. No cap. Nah, but some of it would be ass though. No cap. Some of it would be
look
ass.
as grand and as beautiful as Godzilla -1 over here. There are genuine times where you're just staring at the face of Godzilla, it hovering over the screen, it doing its chaos, and you're like, that's a real creature. Somebody pulled out a camera and filmed an actual Godzilla, because holy crap, this looks good. And you know, to me, the real lesson in here, from what I understand and what I've been reading about this movie, this film had been in production since like 2019, so I'm
damn, 2019, damn, it's been a minute.
Assuming that's like when the visual effects and CGI work started.
Yeah, you gotta do all that type shit.
That's really the key. Whether you're spending $15 million on an action film to $100 million, if that $100 million movie only gives the VFX team 6 months to, you know, complete their work and then release it in theaters, that $100 million isn't gonna do jack for the visuals, as opposed to a film that's gonna spend a lot less, but give that creative team the time to polish, render, clean up those effects. It makes a world of a difference. But again, putting aside just the visuals and the stunning, beautiful nature of it, there's so many things about Godzilla -1 that blends in modern action, whether it's like the visuals in terms of like the camera work, following a plane in the sky, or the way Godzilla is destroying a city. It feels very modern, but at the same time, the film has the aesthetic of like the original old Toho Godzilla movies, which I think is such an accomplishment that you can blend in those two eras of Godzilla into one. So cool. Like, I just can't stop gushing about how badass like the atomic breath scene is, and the things they do with Godzilla's spine in here, along with like the musical score in here, some of the use of the classic Godzilla theme. It just like sends chills. Like, this is the thing that I should have seen as a kid that would have made me become obsessed. This wall probably would have been filled with Godzilla merch if I had seen this movie at like 7 years old. I think a lot of lessons can be learned from Godzilla -1, and it just sucks kind of like the only drawback to a lot of people experiencing and enjoying this movie is the fact that if you pay a ticket to go see it in theaters, you're reading subtitles the entire time. And I know that's not everybody's cup of tea, or you're someone like me who's afraid you just can't read fast enough and you like lose information. That was me as a kid. I'd have to pause the movie like, this movie is worth reading all those subtitles, going through that experience. The movie, like, you just forget about it after the
so it's like okay, I see.
5-minute mark, and is just naturally enjoying what amazing work. I mean, when Godzilla's doing action, you don't need subtitles there. You're just enjoying the amazing spectacle on screen. Yeah, this might very well be my favorite Godzilla movie ever made, and puts some real respect on the character. And I'm like genuinely excited to see more of this than I am kind of like the MonsterVerse. I'm still so looking forward to the MonsterVerse, Godzilla x Kong and all that kind of stuff. But from what I've been reading, you know, this movie is supposed to be their start of their new cinematic universe, where they're gonna have other monster characters getting solo movies, a team up here and there, Avengers style things and whatnot. And you know, I know people hate cinematic universes, but you can't lie, way back when in the 50s and early Toho films, they were doing it first. They did all of that, having MonsterVerse movies and team-ups and whatnot. It really doesn't seem like they're just copying a modern trend. Like, this is something they kind of started. So to me, this is a high recommendation for me. I think you're going to be surprised by the amount of Godzilla action in here, the big threat it feels, the emotional connection you'll have to the characters. It's everything a Godzilla film should be. So when it comes to Godzilla -1, I'm going to give action 4.5 stars. I loved a lot of the action.
Oh, yeah. I'm already know a lot of action.
At times, it's slow and moving, a lot like the older films, but then there's other times Godzilla's fast, kicking with his tail, punching buildings, and the atomic breath scenes are top notch. Coming to the movie, I'm gonna give it 2 stars. There's not a lot of humor in here. This is one of the darker Godzilla films. There's a lot of themes about guilt and overcoming fear and things like that, but they sprinkle out a joke here and there. Drama in the movie, I'm gonna give it 4 stars. I was really captivated by the human story element. So glued into what would go on there, emotionally connected with them, and even more with like the plan they devise on how to fight this Godzilla. This is also very unique take. Horror in the movie, I'm gonna give it 3 stars. I feel like this Godzilla is actually terrifying. Just one look at its eyeballs, as its teeth, or when it's gaining up on somebody. This is the Godzilla I prefer. Sometimes good guy Godzilla is cool. I much more prefer me a badass killing Godzilla. Suspense the movie, I'm also gonna give it 4 stars because you actually feel the fear of this Godzilla and you care about the characters on screen. When the moments of it attacking are coming on, you are fearful for who's gonna live, die, or what's gonna happen next. Casual fans into the Godzilla world, I'm gonna give it an A+. Cinephiles, I'm gonna give it an A+. And critically, I'm gonna give it an A+.
Same, 3 A+, damn.
For Godzilla -1, this definitely deserves the 3C guarantee.
Okay.
I think a lot of people are going to be walking out so happy with this movie, wanting to see more, and you know, it's a matter of time before Toho just becomes the absolute standard for Godzilla movies, and this is good for the American films. Competition is good, and it makes them go, oh, we need to step up our game a little bit. For those of you who got to see Godzilla -1, or if you're looking forward to seeing the movie, let me know your thoughts down below. But other than that, don't forget to like, subscribe, follow me on Twitter at 3C Films, or on TikTok at 3C Films. But as always, I'm Chris. Take care.
Okay, that's what's up. That's what's up. Like it up, sub. Let me know what y'all think about his review. Let me know in the comment down below. And yeah, alright, peace.